Well, hello everyone. Thank you for being here with us. We welcome Dora from University of Debrecen. She's gonna explain us about the Stipendium Hungarian Scholarship and about the university. So I hope that she will give you important information and you can leave your questions in the chat box and we will answer all that questions at the end of the presentation. I'm also sharing in the chat box a link so you can book a call with me, my number and my email. Because remember that at the U4U, we represent the universities around the world and we work with University of Debrecen so we can help you with the application process of this university and others. So Dora, welcome and thank you for being here with us.
Hi, thanks for having us today. I will talk briefly about the university and in a little bit more detail about the scholarship. So we are a university in Central Europe. We are in Hungary, which is a member state of the European Union as well as the Schengen area. It's a small country of about 10 million people. We speak Hungarian in Hungary. Our capital city is Budapest, and we were ranked the 14th safest country in the world this year. So we're literally one of the safest places you can come to study. The country itself has mild continental climate, so you can see a bit of all four seasons, just like in the movies. Now, for the city of Debrecen, where the university is located, it's a very old, traditional city. We have about 650 years of history. It's the second largest city in Hungary, but it's still considered small because we have about 230,000 people living in Debrecen. It's a university town, so we have the largest university in the country with the highest number of students. So it's kind of like a weird paradox to be in a small town, but also in a large university with a huge student community. So this is
and how's the lifestyle of the students over there? Because it's like smaller than Budapest.
I'm sorry.
How is the lifestyle of the students over there in Debrecen? Because I know it's like smaller than Budapest. They have like activities to do.
Yes, actually, I was just going to explain that bit. So as it's a smaller town and a very safe town, people can easily commute. They can use bike roads. They can hang out in the park, which is actually by the main building of the university. So it's about 5 minutes from the university. You can see this park. So a lot of people, a lot of our students, when the weather allows it, they spend time outdoors. We have an international airport in Debrecen as well that connects to multiple European destinations. We have a very historic city center where you can take walks. We have green city parks. We are famous for thermal water in Hungary, so we have both open air and indoor pools. We have an ice skating rink, sports fields, museums, theaters, even an open air theater, cinemas, shopping centers. So you have all the amenities that you might need. We have cafes, restaurants. So even though it's a small town, due to the student community, it's very lively as well, and there are always things to do, places to go, especially with the involvement of our international student community. They organized a lot of events throughout the academic year. So yeah, definitely there's always something to do, but it's safe enough and peaceful enough so that students can just focus on their studies and not worry about a thing in Debrecen. Now, for the University of Debrecen, it was first established in 1538. So we are one of the oldest universities here. We currently operate on 8 campuses in 4 different cities, so not just Debrecen, by the way. And we have 13 faculties in different fields, starting with agriculture, dentistry, medicine, humanities, IT, law, medicine, pharmacy, natural sciences, engineering, business, education. We have about 30,000 students, almost 31,000 students, and 7,500 of them are internationals, and they come from 134 countries. So we have the largest international student community in Central Europe, actually. Um, you can see some photos of our campuses here. The agriculture campus, life sciences building, main campus. You can see there's very green. It's very volkable as well. So this is kind of where our traditions and our history meets the future as well, because we're also a research university. So obviously we have the facilities for that, for all the research that we carry out. And due to the size of the university, obviously new developments popping up all the time. You can see some of our infrastructure here, some of our buildings, the sports sciences building, some student hostels, learning center, which is basically a community space for students.
They look very
We
modern.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Some of the buildings, some are more traditional, but obviously well maintained. We have self-study spaces, labs, simulators. We have libraries. We also actually our library is a national library, so that means that every single book that gets printed out and published in Hungary, we have to be sent a copy. So we have a lot of books, modern lecture halls. We also have restaurants, snack bars, ATMs, post offices, and even a grocery store on campus. Um, you can see some photos of our research labs and our biomechanical laboratory. Also, on the main campus, you will find, or just behind the main campus, you will find the clinical center of the University of Debrecen, which is the largest healthcare provider in Hungary, with more than 3 million patients each year. And this is where our medical students also carry out their practices, offering all kinds of treatments and surgeries. Our IT campus is home to the fastest processing supercomputer in Hungary, so that's also a nice bonus. So all in all, it's an ideal environment to study. And you can also have a very fun student life. There are plenty of options to do sports. We have our own bike system. It's called Unibike. As I mentioned, we have snack bars, restaurants on campus. We have university affiliated event venues where there are concerts held throughout the year. We have, as I mentioned, ISU, the International Student Union. They organize a lot of events, especially for international students, starting with orientation, their Freshers Week, U Day, which is our semester opening ceremony, Food Day, which is also one of the highlights of the academic year, really. So many, many things to do with local students and in other international students as well. You can see like it's not the full list of where we have students from, but just where we have the highest number of students from. So you can meet people from all over the world.
And
And
Dora, do you have like a Latin community over there?
yes, we do. Yeah.
Okay. From
One of our
which
student,
countries?
I'm sorry?
From which
Basically,
countries?
we have students from 134 countries, so any country you might be able to think of, we will most likely have at least one student from there.
Yeah.
Some countries we have hundreds of students from, some just a handful of students, but basically every country represents themselves.
Okay.
Now, for the programs that we offer, we have a medical school, which includes four faculties: the Faculty of Medicine, the Faculty of Dentistry, the Faculty of Pharmacy, as well as the Faculty of Health Sciences, which offer multiple bachelor and master level programs in the field of healthcare. You can see that our medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy programs are single cycle programs, of 5 or 6 years. So those are longer. They are not divided into bachelor's and master's. You can do them in one go. And then for the bachelor programs in health sciences, those are 4 years long, 8 semesters. And then the masters are usually 2 years, so 4 semesters long. And we also offer med prep for those students who might need it. That's called basic medicine 1 or 2. Um, Now, for our non-medical programs, we have another 9 faculties for agriculture, business, engineering, humanities, IT, sciences, law, and even music. So more than 80 programs, actually. It's too many to list even. So
Yeah.
it's just basically the study fields.
And
Um,
which ones are like the top programs?
um, Well, it depends on your interest, obviously, but where we have the highest number of international students would be obviously medicine, dentistry,
Okay.
and pharmacy, some health science programs such as nursing, engineering programs, definitely IT, and probably business. So
Okay.
those are very popular with international students. Um, so this was the first part of my little presentation, and then I wanted to move on to the Stipendium Hungarian Scholarship Program real quick. Um,
Here in Panama, people are asking a lot about medicine and engineering.
I'm sorry?
Here in Panama, people are asking a lot about medicine and engineering programs.
Mm-hmm. Well, those are very popular with international, so that makes sense. So it's a bit of a complicated process to apply for the Stipendium Hungarian Scholarship Program because it has multiple selection steps, but just a quick overview. We've been accepting students with the scholarship since 2013. So at this point, we've had about 2,500 scholarship students from more than 88 countries, doing more than 70 different types of programs, both bachelor, master, and PhD level. Now, it's very important to understand what the scholarship covers because it confuses some people. It gives you free tuition, so you don't have to pay for your education. That's already a good start. It gives you some monthly stipend as well as some contribution to your living costs, your housing costs, but it does not, and it's very important to highlight this, it does not cover all of your living costs. So it's not a financial aid, it's an academic scholarship. So it gives you the option to study for free if you win the scholarship, but it's otherwise it's not designed to fully support you, um, as in covering your living costs. So it's just what you get is just a contribution basically. And the medical insurance is also obviously included in the scholarship. So that's very important.
Dora, and how
Yes.
much do you think a student will need to cover his living costs for a year in Debrecen?
All in all, about 700 USD per month
Okay.
for the average student.
Okay. So they
Now
have
there,
to count with
yes,
that budget.
yes.
Perfect.
Okay, now there are multiple players in this whole application process. So let's go through those real quick. First off, there's the applicant, who is the person who wants to apply for a program. Then there's the sending partner of your country. It's by passport country, so not where you live, but where you are originally from. So an institution or a ministry or an organization in your
Here
home
in
country.
Panama is the Ministry of Education.
It's usually that. It's the one that nominates students for the scholarship. So therefore, they do the first round of selection. Essentially, because we will only deal with applications of those students who have been nominated by their sending partner. So it's very, very important for the student to get a nomination and to fulfill their nomination requirements. Then there is the University of Debrecen, which is hopefully the place you would like to study with the scholarship. We will conduct the entrance exam and do the entrance interview, and we will also be the ones evaluating your documents. So we are the second point of selection. This is our only role in the scholarship application process. Then there's Tempus Public Foundation. They are the organization in charge of the scholarship and in charge of awarding the scholarship. So they do the third round of selection. They actually, based on country quota and many other factors, they choose who gets to win the scholarship out of all of the students who have both been nominated and passed the university evaluation. So basically they make the final decision on that. So they are also very important. You have to check which programs are supported for your country. It's very important because every participating country obviously will have a different list of programs available to them, and to make sure that you know that you are in contact with the sending partner. And there are 3 websites very important to check out when you're doing the application. First off, the University of Debrecen's website to make sure that you know what kind of programs we have, what kind of requirements we have for your chosen program. Then the scholarship info website, which gives you all kinds of information and details on the scholarship program and how to proceed. Then finally, the application website, and U4U, I believe, will be able to guide you and help you with how the application website works and do the application with you. So when you do that, you can ask for assistance from them and they will be happy to help. So this is our website. This is where you find a program of your interest. You do not apply through this website if you're considering the scholarship, because this is not the place to submit that application. Now, stipendiumhungaricum.hu is where you find the general information and the contact information for the sending partner. And then apply.stipendiumhungaricum.hu is where to submit the application form. Make sure that you always use the passport name in the correct order and an email address that you have easy access to and is not related to your current studies, so that it will be valid even after you finish your high school or your bachelor's degree. Make sure also, if you want to study at the University of Debrecen, to put University of Debrecen as your first choice, because very often we will not be considering second choice applications because we can fill up our quota with first place applications. So if you want to come here to study with us, make sure that University of Debrecen is your first choice. Otherwise, you will not get into the University of Debrecen. You will be chosen probably for the other one. And very important, the deadline is the 15th of January, 2025. Keep that in mind. Don't leave it to the last minute, because very often the website will be like that there can be technical issues the last few days, because obviously there's very heavy traffic on the website due to everybody trying to submit their application. So submit it as soon as possible. What kind of documents you will need to prepare, you might ask. You have to write a motivation letter. Again, U4U will be able to help you with that, to write your motivation letter, so don't worry about it. They can also give you tips on what to include, school reports, university transcripts, obviously school degree or graduation certificate, proof of English language proficiency, your passport, and a medical certificate that you only have to upload once you have been nominated. So the due date for that is 15th of April, 2025. If you're applying for a PhD program, then you will also need 2 recommendation letters and a research plan with a supervisor's letter. If you have any documents that are missing, such as your final school certificate or diploma, or your bachelor's degree, because you are in your final year currently, so you don't have your final document, obviously, you can use a declaration to upload in place of the document that you don't have at the moment. But we have to know that you will have it and you have all plans to actually give us the document once you have it. Therefore, you upload this declaration with your full name, date of birth, citizenship, it should look something like this, saying, I don't have my high school diploma at the moment because I'm a final year student. I will have the high school diploma by this and this date, and I will make sure that I upload my high school diploma by the 1st of August 2025. So you upload this document signed by you. You upload this document in place of the missing document, so we know that we can expect the actual missing document later on. Otherwise, if you don't upload anything, if you leave something empty, then your application will be thrown out, unfortunately. So what happens once your application is submitted? You have to be nominated by the sending partner. The university will only proceed with applications of nominated students. So that's why it's important. We won't even look at the applications of those students who have not been nominated by their home country. Then we do the formal check. And then so we will see whether all the documents are there, it's formally correct, everything is uploaded to the right place, etc. And then we will proceed with the entrance exam, which will most likely be held between March and May, for the programs where there is an entrance exam, or the entrance interview for like master level programs where there's no written test. Please make sure that you regularly check your emails in this period, because we will be sending out information strictly via email. The award decision will come likely at the end of June 2025 by Tempus Public Foundation. If you're awarded, UD will contact you on details on how to start your studies. Once again, U4U will be able to guide you about pre-arrival
Yeah, we will help
checklist.
them with pre-arrival
Yeah.
steps. Yeah.
If you're wondering how you can increase your chances to make sure that you win this scholarship, make sure you get nominated, submit an application that's formally correct, make sure to get accepted. So that means you prepare for your entrance exam or your entrance interview. So you pass it. And choose the University of Debrecen in the first place, because if you put us in the second place, we won't consider your application. Now, this is the rough timeline of how everything looks. It's a longer process, but it's feasible. We have many students with the scholarship. This is what you have to look out for and keep in mind. Once again, the application deadline is the 15th. I'm wishing you good luck with this application for the Stipendium Hungarium Scholarship Program. And if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them now.
Yeah, we do. Well, I have a question. Students have to have like a minimum age to apply, because I have like a 16-year-old student that
Yes,
wants
you
to
have
apply.
to, especially for the scholarship, you have to turn 18 before the 1st of
Okay.
September 2025. Otherwise,
Okay.
you won't be able to, you don't qualify for the
Okay, yeah, he's too
scholarship.
young. Usually students apply like for the undergrad degrees when they are in the final year of the high school, or when they are in the first year of university, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Morella is asking about what do the entrance exam looks like.
It depends on which program you're talking about, but there are sample tests and a topic list for all of the subjects that can be in your entrance exam. So for example, for medicine, it will be biology and either chemistry or physics. Then you can download some sample tests and a topic list for these subjects from our website to see what it looks like. For engineering programs, it will most likely be mathematics and physics. Once again, you can download the topic list for those subjects as well as sample tests for these subjects. So it's all on our website.
And when do the classes begin?
September, the first week of September.
Okay. Well, yeah. And she's also asking about, is there a maximum age to apply?
No, not really. Some people worry about study gaps, but because you will have to write a motivation letter, so we will see, like, in the motivation letter, you can write like you are trying to get some money to continue your studies, or you're working in the field with your bachelor's degree and now you want to pursue a master's because you've gained enough experience, that sort of thing. So it depends on what you spent those gap years doing.
And you have like another advice for the students that wants to apply?
Do I have your I'm sorry.
another advice for the students that want to apply the scholarship?
Make sure that you are well prepared for the entrance exam and the interview because the admission decision will be based on that mostly.
Okay, okay. More than the motivation letter and the grade.
Yes, yes, absolutely. A lot more than that.
Okay, okay. And
That's
when you
just
say
an
the
extra
interview,
document to get to
uh-huh.
know you, but it's in no way what decides who gets to win the scholarship.
Okay, and the interview, it will be with the sending partner?
It's with the second round where the university contacts you for your entrance exam and your entrance interview.
Okay.
That will be with us. So a professor from the faculty that you wish to study at. So your sending partner might have their own interview sessions
Yeah, they do.
for
They do. They
nomination. That
usually
might
do.
be a thing, but for the university evaluation to decide whether we are willing to accept you as a student or not, which is a second round of selection,
Okay.
all students will do an interview, and most students, depending on what program they are looking for, will do a written test as well. But the
Okay.
interview is for everyone.
Okay, okay, perfect. Yeah, they do. Our sending partner here in Panama, that is the Ministry of Education in Panama, usually do an interview and an exam like general
Yeah.
knowledge, you know?
That makes sense.
For-
A lot of
For the
sending partners
first
do.
part of the nomination, and then they go to the second with you with the
Yeah.
university. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What proof of language exams does the university accept? I know that you don't accept Duolingo, so it will be TOEFL or IELTS, right?
It can be any type of language certificate as long as it's a proctored exam and of the same level as the IELTS requirement for that program. So we don't mind what kind of language certificate you have. It can be basically any language certificate as long as it's a proctored exam. So no self-tests.
Okay.
And I also here have to mention that certain sending partners have other requirements that overrule our requirements. So in many countries, for us, it doesn't matter where you come from. We don't necessarily need your IELTS. We just need some proof of language proficiency of the same level. However, a lot of the sending partners in other countries, they will require IELTS. Therefore, their rule overrules ours. So that means you have to comply with that.
Okay. Okay.
So you always have to check.
Okay. Yeah, I think IELTS or TOEFL would be the best option. Well, I think that are the questions that we have at the moment. Thank you very much, Dora, for your
Thank
time
you.
and for the information. It was very helpful for us to know about the university and about the scholarship. As I told you, we are helping students right now applying, and I leave in the chat a link so you can book a call with me. My number 66718012 or my email in case you need help with the next steps in order to start the process of application. Well, I have one more question, I think. Do people usually speak English in Hungary?
Yes, they do, depending on the area or their age. Older people tend to speak less English than the younger generation, but usually overall on campus and in the city center is not an issue because everybody on campus will speak English, and off campus in stores, restaurants, they will also speak English.
Yeah, and the
Enough
classes
at least
will
to make
be,
yourself understood, and
yeah, and the classes will be in English. So,
yes, 100% in English, yeah.
okay, for example, if I go to the supermarket, yeah, they will speak
Yeah.
English. Yeah.
Probably look for like a younger salesperson because they will speak English.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much, and please contact the
you.
U4U for the next steps so we can help you with the process. Thank you, Dora, for your time. Thank you for being here
Bye.
with us.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.